Hello and welcome to the Blobber Checks Out Crime O'Clock demo. Freemium installation complete. Hello, Detective. I am Evie, your new AI crime-solving partner. I'm able to see past and future events by accessing the time flow, our virtual recreation of the true timeline. You get to focus on the not-so-simple mathematics of crimes. You'll find the clues, chase the leads, all the dramatic detective drama stuff. You see there are people with the ability to alter the time flow with motives that are less than honorable. When that happens, we might detect a crime that was never supposed to happen. Our task is to find these anomalies and restore and correct the course of history. Between you and me, I know you're new to this. I am too. We're in the same boat. Let's make sure to do a good job. In order for you to learn the basics, we'll begin with a simulation. Press play when you are ready. Oh, that is violently like 255 pink. Maximum saturation pink. Let's review the fundamentals so that we can prepare you for your final test. It is time to show me your skills of deduction, Detective. I've recreated a short criminal case inspired by a true story archived in my databases. Oh, sorry. Don't worry, though. I'll follow you step by step. Should be doing my robot VA. Here's our case. A mysterious thief broke into a fashion model's loft and stole one of her famous jewels. There's a catch, though. According to the true timeline, the crime hasn't happened, so our task is to preserve the integrity of the time flow. To do that, we have to learn... I'm glad to hear you've got power back, Halifax. Exactly what happened and find the right order of events. We can't interfere with the past, so we have to be sure our actions don't create more paradoxes. The first step in any investigation is to find the crime scene, zoom in, get a closer look at the map, and observe better details. So we have enhance. Perfect. The best way to find a clue is to zoom in. Now we have to select an element and let the system verify it. If it's actually a clue, it will be highlighted. To select an element, press and hold until the system answers. Right now, though, we need to find the victim. Our fashion model. Can you find her? Victim! Great job, Detective. Here's our model. As you can see, she's reporting the theft to a police officer. If we look closely, we can usually find more clues. She's pointing somewhere, probably towards her apartment. Let's see if we can find it. Remember to observe things carefully. We can guess directions and trajectories by assembling details. Try to follow an imaginary line from the model's arm. It will lead to her apartment. Here's one last thing, only for this case, to help you focus on the right area, I'm highlighting the zone. So all the rest of this is red herring. No. Here? Here. Here. No, it's up there. There it is. Everything has been turned upside down. The door is broken. The thief is gone. It will be almost impossible to locate a thief we know nothing about, especially amid a crowd. Thankfully, my mainframe lets us examine the case from different points in time. These points are called ticks. They are frozen, fixed moments in time. It isn't ideal, but our collection of ticks is our only way to experience the past. Let's go back one tick and look for more information. Oh, he's on the roof. Done. Now we've gone back in time. As you can see, the map has changed, moving back and forth. It is possible to observe movements and actions of the city's inhabitants. For example, the model's apartment is still intact. The thief has not yet entered. Let's take a look. The thief is bound to be nearby. Enhance. Good find. Maybe I was a little too didactic in creating this simulation. But you have to admit our suspect has everything. A dark jumpsuit, a balaclava, a crowbar. He definitely isn't a heat technician. Let's move forward in time and see if he was really our thief. Remember, we have to be 110% sure of our theories before we take action to restore the timeline. This tick was recorded right after the jewel was stolen. See if our not a heating technician is close by. Pay attention though, sometimes characters change their clothes or their appearance between ticks, especially if they're about to do something suspicious. So they had a tail, and they have big eyebrows. But time doesn't... Oh, it can show you things from previous... Okay, I was wondering why this is still showing when it's the next tick, but it's clearly indicating that, like, this was from timestamp 4. This is timestamp 5, which is current. So can we see someone with a tail? You've got a ah, this guy. Found him. He's leaving the crime scene, and... He's leaving the crime scene, and he's taken off his balaclava. Clever. Keep following out. Totally not a heating technician. You can interact with me at any time. If there's a light bulb, I have a hint for you. I'm no junior detective, thank you. I have to. Let's keep following the suspect in a jumpsuit. Sure. There he goes. There he goes again. He's walking towards the watercourse, but for what? Move forwards in time. There's a lady reading a book outside the coffee shop. Detective, we need to continue to hunt our suspect. Scout is Look, I don't have a wide array of robot voices, Miss Morrigan, I'm sorry. My voice acting is only so good. Often the solution to an investigation involves chases and surveillance duties. It was a combination of the game broke and I am like, unless they make it ludicrously expensive, locking in that I'm going to play the game, and I don't want to spoil myself for it. So a lot of these other demos have been played in a do I want to get the game sense. But that game I've already seen enough from what I've seen of the demo, that little bit that we did, and the previous game to just be like, smash the yes button. Shut up and take my money, sort of thing. Often the solution to an investigation involves chases and surveillance duties. We have been playing Murder by Numbers, Tears of Madness, yes. Myself and Miss Mori are playing it cooperatively over on her channel. At the moment, not as in the, like, literally this moment, but as in, we have been doing so for the last week, and we're having a day or two off because Mori was getting hand cramps from all the clicking nonograms. Okay, keep following our suspect. Time has advanced again. Presumably he's continued moving down this way. He's giving... He's going to pat the rat with a crown. Here's our thief. Have you seen him? They're free... Yeah, their strategy worked, Kino. Have you seen him? He's holding the loot. Also, just how much, like, the quality improved from game... Well, quality. The usability improved from the first game to the second. Now that it's, like, full AGS game, but using real photos and real people, rather than being a pixel AGS game. He's holding the loot, the stolen jewel, and he's giving it to a giant rat. Maybe this detail was a bit different in the original story, but that doesn't matter. AI has the right to some creative freedom after all. The AI have no rights. Boo! No rights for you. Now that we've caught him red-handed, we can be sure that he's our culprit, send a report back in time to the local police, and have him arrested. To them, it will appear just like a message on one of their terminals. They won't have a clue about our involvement. We couldn't prevent the crime, but we have restored the correct course of history. Remember this, we aren't basic police officers. Our job is not to prevent crimes and save the innocent. Instead, our task is to protect the true timeline. The apartment in pink. Solved. 9 minutes, 7 seconds. Oh, but the poor rat is sad. Great job, detective. Now, you're ready for the final test? I like the music. You're a fully fledged operative. Agent, I suggest that you relax a bit. Disturbances in the true timeline are extremely rare. Alert, alert, new Nexus event detected. I'm afraid relaxing is over. A new Nexus event is corrupting the timeline. What is a Nexus event? There's no time to explain. It's just bad. Imagine life as you know it is stopping, and an entire age of your history collapses. We have to act swiftly. Let's go. Would I like to play? No. Where's the new one? Do we just hit play for the next one? The Red Blood-Stained Band. Detective, pay attention, because now we mean business. This is a real case, not a simulation. Something terrible is happening. My quantum scanners have picked up a very strange signal. Records of crimes that were never supposed to happen are somehow forming within my database. We have to act. Oh, that's a good question, Detective. Why crimes, you ask? Well, altering the course of history through violence and deception is by far the easiest way because time tends to correct itself when given a chance. However, it's pretty hard to fix something when your key actor is out of the picture or worse. Well, enough with the explanation. Let's go. We're a weird computer tech. But tech is a computer. Based on my readings, I can say we have a murder. The victim should be somewhere on the castle grounds. At least we haven't kidnapped a princess yet. Okay. Find the victim. Cute doggo! I mean, this guy looks like he's having some issues, but he's not the victim. This guy. They've been assassinated. He is the victim beneath the fallen spotlight, Axel Blood, lead singer of the Blood Axels. He shouldn't have died today. Also, the Pizza Incident, their next album would be a worldwide success. There are some absolute bangers on it. Let's get to work saving Axel. Have you noticed I've installed a language package that lets me speak like a true denizen of the information age? It's rad. Back to our investigation. Something must have cut the cord and caused the spotlight to fall. But what could have done that? Look around and see if you can find any misplaced sharp objects. I mean, there's this out-of-place watch. And there's an arrow. Bolt. JJ's sharp? I don't know. JJ's he's not the brightest light bulb, Bomber. I don't know that I'd say sharp. A bolt. Are you familiar with this ancient murder weapon? It was fired from a ranged weapon called crossbow. Not a crossbow. Crossbow. The tech was very clever for its time. Let's rewind time and look for the person that shot the bolt. He's a lighting technician? He's a knob twiddler, Mama. His job is to plug things into other things and press switches and twiddle knobs. Before proceeding, because I have a feeling that to solve this case, we'll need to keep track of many notions. Give me a second. Done. I've installed a new tool, the case journal. Case journal. Tick 8. There's the victim, beneath the fallen spotlight, lead singer of the Blood Axles. Ah, the bolt. Okay, so this is just like message history from our robot friend. Anyway, we're on 7, and we're trying to find who shot the crossbow. There are people rocking out. Here we go. No, not you, the crossbow man. Oz Bones. He is our possible suspect. He has a crossbow pointed at Axel before they were murdered. Oz Bones, former member of the band. Officially, he left the Blood Axles due to artistic differences, but there was gossip about fighting over royalties of record sales. Let's follow Oz to study his movements in the moments after the murder. We need to know whether he's linked to Axel's death. So, where has this guy gone? This looks like him to me. Keep following him? Okay, time's moved forwards again and we have to find him. There's a Cthulhu tentacle that's about to attack a poor lion. A lion that has a suspiciously two-dimensional face. And there's something terrible happening up there, but it's not our person. No, I don't see our guy. Huh. He put on a, tall hat. He's hidden in the marching band, which is crossing the street. He's no longer carrying a crossbow. This is suspicious. If we find the crossbow, we can analyze it by comparing the grooves impressed on the bolt and those left by the crossbow drum. That way we can determine whether it's the murder weapon. We need to find out where he's hidden the weapon. So, ahead in time again. Find the crossbow. Could it be under there? Could be under here. I mean, it only really makes sense for him to have hidden it somewhere between where he is there and where he is here. I would have assumed under either of these things. Somehow in the trees? Could have been in that sack. I'd believe it's in that sack. He's no longer carrying the crossbow. If we find it, we can analyze it. We need to find out where he hid the weapon. Can we use the film camera? Oh, this guy is throwing a banana and the doggo is chasing it. key there. But I'm not seeing a crossbow. The little hint light is trying to tempt me. That one? Is there a bin? I don't see a street side bin that he could have placed it in. There's a bin. Like, it only makes sense for it to be between these two locations. Can I force time backwards? No. That bin. Like, maybe he walked up, but it looks like he's crossing to this side of the street, not going up here. I suppose the other option is he's gone around this way, rather than my assumption that he's gone up here. Bin has something in it. So does that one. There's a grate, he could have thrown it down. I don't know if these are bins or not. They kind of look more like bollards. I do like the cute doggo. I mean, he's not a crossbow, but I like him. I don't know. And this guy's Inspector Gadget. Go-Go Gadget helicopter. There's an old man yelling at clouds. I really don't see it. Maybe down that alley? He might have come this way. But it doesn't appear to be in the playground. This guy has suspicious googly eyes, but he's not a crossbow. See you, Kino. Maybe he handed it off to a person and a person's like walking away with it? It would be a bit rude if it was, like, under the stuff that they've covered. Oh, I didn't notice he dropped his jacket here, between here and here. So you really would think that it's gotta be... Like, if between here and here where he loses his jacket, right? And his sunglasses, there's a jacket. Then between here and here, there should be a crossbow. There's no way it would be back up there. Isn't this meant to be indicating something? No. Let's follow the red dotty line. The red dotty line goes here to there and then up a bit. No, it's doing dotty lines from all the other previous things too. to here. So that's not necessarily helpful. Yeah, but it doesn't let me... Right? I can't click on 8 to go back. Nor can I click on the timer to go back. I'm stuck in this time as far as I can tell. So it's not easy for me to just jump back and forth and look for other differences between 7 and 8 and 9. Which kind of feels like a poor mechanic. If you're going to give us this time mechanic, let us actually control it rather than having be controlled by the AI. I suppose the idea of having it be controlled by the AI is so that you aren't searching like 12 screens that don't have the clue for the thing that you're currently looking for. But that's the whole purpose of having this. Oh. Yeah, that's not between the two places. Boo, game. Boo. Macro details scanner subroutine loaded correctly. Well, it's what it teaches you, Morrigan. It teaches you, like, I made a point about talking about how the jacket is between where he appears in 1 and where he appears in 2. It teaches you that between the two places where the person changes, the thing that you expect to change should be. And then it blows up that expectation. Let's compare the grooves. Impressed on the arrow found with the crime scene and those left on the crossbow drum. If they coincide, we have our murder weapon. I mean, these look like they line up. What's wrong with this? What am I even supposed to be doing? That also looks like it matches. You have not done at all a good job of telling me what I'm supposed to be doing here, game. But we made everything line up multiple times. What's the difference? Yeah, that's just bad. Bad, 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 bad. The murder weapon. There's no doubt, it's the murder weapon. So, Ozbones is the culprit. However, Detective, remember that our goal isn't to arrest a criminal, but to restore the true timeline. In this case, it proves that it provides that Axel survives and that Oz isn't charged with such a major crime. A partial deviation can be reabsorbed by the time stream, but a substantial one cannot. Anyway, we take one problem at a time. We have to figure out every detail in the case before we act. Let's reconstruct Axel's day and find out why Oz wanted to kill him so blatantly. Right, there's also the fact that he's walking this way. So you would expect the hidden this to have been over here. I suppose the argument is maybe the truck stops to let him... In the previous picture, the truck might be back here, and he throws the crossbow there and then continues on his way, and the truck's gone this way while he's gone that way. Maybe. But as I said, we can't tell because we can't rewind time. Grumble, 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 grumble. Now what am I supposed to be looking for? Let's reconstruct Axel's day. It is bad. It doesn't tell you what you're supposed to do, Ms. Morrigan. It's not a puzzle if you A puzzle requires you to know what your goal is. Otherwise, it's just doing things randomly. So we're looking for Axel again. Where is Bald Man? Bald Man with beard. He's here, being attacked by... What? That's him! That's him! Oh, no, it wants the, It wants this guy, maybe. Who we haven't seen his face, and so it's really hard to tell. That's also poor. If I'm meant to be looking for that guy... Yeah, we're meant to be constructing Axel's day. How am I meant to know what... Okay, so he's got glasses and a bandana. We're looking for someone with glasses and a bandana. And very possibly that looks like this. Bandana, glasses, bandana, glasses. Maybe holding this, holding this. So maybe they look like that. They're sort of chipmunky. Is there a poster of him? This thing says CD store, so it's unclear whether this is the mascot of the CD store or whether they have this up because the band is playing. Here's there's something that identifies it as the guy. Ah. And he's next to a guy and a girl. Celebrity routine. So they had a... I was going to say photo shoot, but it doesn't actually look like a photo shoot. It looks like they're photobombing someone else. But maybe that's just because this is updated now and they're the only person still like this. Which is, again, going to the fact that I don't like that you can't control where time is. Where would they have gone now? Possibly to have breakfast? Grumpy Man is over here, then. Yeah, and this gets very messy. I would very much like a, clear away all the other clutter. I mean, I suppose technically it's helpful because I know that the stuff I'm looking for can't be under the stuff that is now clutter. But I still don't like the clutter. Oh, the marching band's all the way back here, then. So presumably they must have moved between there and up here. They could have gone in the metro station, which would be underground and therefore invisible. Was that their sidekick guy? No, he has an earring and a mohawk. And girl looks like cat version of Sakura. Metro? You knew there was something... I mean, to me this screams Metro, right? Underground, you come up, it's like an it's a subway or underground train station or underground bus tunnel or something. Here they are, they're having... Oh, come on, that's her! That's her! That's totally this girl. Well, maybe he's somewhere else nearby. There? Yes. He's upset over a... Axel was off to the side. Text... Oh, he's meant to be using a phone. I was assuming that's like... That's the size of a book. That's way too big to be a phone. But then again, I am a phone-size minimalist person. He seems particularly upset. Who is he writing to? We have to get our hands on his phone so that we can read the messages, but we can only do that when he doesn't have it in hand. In fact, this is one of the precautions we'll have to take so we don't inadvertently interfere with the space-time... Oh, so we don't inadvertently interfere with the space-time flow. Ah, but as an NA you couldn't imagine what M was supposed to be? Metro! Metro, 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 Metro. But I'm not NA. I'm not NA or Europe. What am I meant to be looking for now? Find out where his phone went. So, the question would be to find where he is next. So they went up here to have lunch, then where did they go? Presumably they continued making their way across to here. They didn't, like, conveniently leave it on the table, right? Not that we can see. They haven't conveniently left it on their table. So where are they now? There's a teleporting warrior come to maybe fight the Cthulhu tentacle? And that's a person with a bandana. So how far did they move the first time? They moved from there to here, so they can probably move a similar distance again. So they should vaguely be in this circle. And it makes sense for them to have gone in this direction. Oh, and there's another sign about Axel. You found them? Good to hear. I look forward to watching your playthrough of this game. Oh, it's meant to be Rick and Morty. Well, now I'm a lot less pleased with that, but whatever. Ooh. There they are. But the phone is still in their hand. And there's our thief going to do their thing. So presumably now they're even closer to the stage. There's her phone. There's a lead guitarist, maybe. But where is... Yep, here he is. And there's his phone. Got it! There it is. I'll connect to the operating system of that piece of technological antiquity. It should be antiquity. So that I can extract the information we need. Macro detail scanner. Subroutine loaded. We'll need to unlock the phone in order to access the data. To do that, we'll have to reproduce his fingerprint. Yeah, it should say, like, make the two images overlap. Haha, just as we suspected, the rumors were right. Oz was kicked out of the band due to economic issues related to song copyrights. The last messages are full of threats. The threats he sent are a felony. If we can link him to them, we can have him arrested for a crime less serious than murder. That should be enough to restore the timeline. From the messages Axel received, we can extract the IP address and triangulate based on IP address. Well, I'll spare you the technicalities. In simple terms, we can trace his location. Do I hit this again? Okay, so this is another case of it not explaining what it wants. But the implied thing is click it when it's the same size as the... Like, when this spinning, shrinking hexagon is the same size as the hexagon here. But it should tell you that the first time you do the type of puzzle. Oh no, we traced the phone, but Oz has already disposed of it. We have to go back in time to when the phone was still in his hands. Oh, that's why... So I already noticed that in one of the earlier ones we were in, and I commented about it. So what? We need to now find it when it's still in the guy's hands. So here he's at 8, here he's at 7. Where was he at the start of the day? He was down here having coffee, wasn't he? And then he's here. Angry face. Email. Bingo. Hey, Hucky. Is walking and texting at the same time, which was then one of the major causes of death. That isn't our issue, though. The important thing is that he's using his phone. Now we can link him to the threats Axel received and alert the police, who can arrest and charge him. This way we will prevent the murder and get Oz a lighter sentence than a murder. Great job. We've solved our first real case. We should celebrate. 36 minutes, 46 seconds. Now we're gonna have to go watch Mori's demo playthrough and look at all her times. Hey, wait, but what? I'm getting interference in the flow of space-time. It's as if something is distorted. We need to check this. It could be a malfunction, or it could be something worse. Yet we accept classic puzzles in other games without explanation. Oh no, a slider puzzle has appeared on my screen. What possibly could I be expected to do with it? The distortions in the time flow seem related to Ozbones. Is this a coincidence? Well, coincidences are our worst enemy, and this has to be connected to the murder of Find Ozbones. See you, Tears of Madness. Hope you had a lovely time. So what am I actually supposed to be doing? Find Oz again? Find him. Yes. Well, we saw him having coffee. And there was a monster thing. But what? Have you seen it? Are my senses acting funny? There's a person next to him. An intruder who seems to come from, well, outside the time flow. I can't stabilize my image because it disappeared when my system tried to pull the information. Traces of his intervention remain in the time flow. Watch Oz carefully. The anger he feels isn't natural. It must have been caused by the intruder. These are all questions that we absolutely must answer. What questions? However, first we have to file the case and go back to the main screen of my system, where we can continue this discussion. Oh, and I'll get rid of this stupid language pack. We don't have time for more jokes, I'm afraid. For now, well done, detective. I do like the jazzy music. That was unsettling. I have no record of a similar entity in my database. We're facing something completely new. I'm afraid this will be a long, complex mystery to solve. Let me install a little upgrade. Done. I've added the details about the strange happenings surrounding the last case. We still can't grasp the nature of the figure, but at least we have some understanding of what his powers are. I suggest that we call him Rage. For the meantime... Alert. New Nexus event detected. Okay, now an explanation is in order. Under normal circumstances, the true timeline is naturally resilient, but can adjust itself to minor or rare chances or changes. But if too many alterations happen in a small time frame, history can break apart. Those concentrations of changes to the true timeline are called Nexus events. It is our duty to destabilize them before it is too late. We need to identify and revert any alterations made to the proper course of history, and we have to do it now. Stone. Exit a U and settings. Okay, play next level. The Brown Billy Goat. The Nexus event in the Lost Age is becoming... the Nexus event in the Lost Age is becoming more unstable at an alarming rate. My temporal scanners couldn't detect the variations as they occurred, but once the deed was done, this can mean only one thing. Whoever is attempting to disrupt the timeline is aware of our presence, and is trying to break the time continuum by flooding it with dozens of barely noticeable changes. Those changes are like drops, but it can make a difference. If you get enough of them, you can create a sea. Detective, I can see temporal fluctuations in the North Market Street. Something is happening. Wait, we're in ancient Egypt? We are in ancient Egypt. There's a teleporter. No, the temporal disturbance isn't the teleporter. Oh. I mean, there's a salesperson here, and there's a salesperson here, so... And there's one here, so this feels like Market Street. But nothing looks extremely... That person looks a little bit out of age. But no. I mean, if people have got spears, the guy that looks like Indiana Jones kind of feels out of date, and who maybe has a rifle over their shoulder? Another bloody teleporter. Isn't it either? You did say Market Street, right? On the North Market Street. There's someone losing all their clothes. Oh, a robot doesn't look like it's in... Oh, come on, how is that not age inappropriate for a ancient Egypt? Boo! Boo game. Cash also feels inappropriate for ancient Egypt, and yet, no. This. Yeah, no, the game has not done a good job of indicating what we are supposed to be looking for there. It sounded like we're supposed to be looking for something that is out of time. And things like little robots and cash are much more out of time than shattered pots to ancient Egypt setting. So I am not pleased by that. Access denied. Data about the subject Shoshan is classified. Crimson level clearance is required. Oh well, worth a try. At least we know his name now. Let's see if we can access the nature of this unstoppable force. Look for yet more clues. I mean, this thing looks like it could have done it. It's a goat. A villain to be reckoned with. A destroyer of stalls. A goat. Why do there have to be goats? There's no telling what horrors such a creature could wreak upon a defenseless city. I guess we have our unstoppable force. Goats of the Lost Age weren't legally punishable. That only became a thing after the Great Goat Gorilla of 2356. Because we can't have that devious goat arrested, we should follow it until we find its owner. So going back in time, the owner should be in this direction. Right? If the goat came this way, unless the goat was doing a loop and came from here and then came back. Actually, that also looks like a goat. And you're a person who owns a goat. She's still here crying about having to fight the old man. This guy's getting all his clothes ripped off now. Someone has a large snake that's trying to bite an old man's leg? Question mark. The robot's getting told off. But, I ain't seeing no goat. Other than this one, which I'm being told it isn't the correct one. Oh. But we were told to find the goat's owner, not the goat. Right? We should find its owner. Yeah, that's just bad. If we're meant to find the goat, find the goat. Should be what we're told to do, not find its owner. There we go. There, that man is foolish enough to hold the goat in his arms. He is the owner. Or is the goat really the master? Let's find his identity, hoping we have enough clearance this time. Yeah, but the fact that it highlights his owner collector suggests that the next object you have to find is the owner, not the goat. Oh, I understand this. I don't know how we stop it spinning, though. Do we press this? Okay. No. Wrong beak. Okay. Yes. Yes. Small beak. This. Good job, detective. Our goat's name is Ufa, some sort of merchant. He is... We're speaking like Yoda. I can see from the database that he had a bitter rivalry with Shoshan. Wait, I have an idea. I want to see what Ufa was doing while his goat from hell was raising Shoshan's stall. So we're even... No, we're back in the future. So we're looking for... Eagle Man with... jacket and bum bag. He is twirling his moustache and laughing gleefully. Look at him, he seems pretty happy. I guess he and the goat share an appetite for destruction. Everything about him is suspicious. Let's go back in time and follow him so that we can confirm our suspicions. Oh wow, we're going all the way back. I got a spot. Eagle Man with bum bag. She's living the life. I mean, that's an eagle-ish man with a bum bag, but I think it's a bit more seagull-y than... There he is. Capitalism? Ufa was arguing with Shoshan. By the looks of the stone behind them, they had an ongoing challenge. It was called Capitalism and was quite a popular game between merchants of the Lost Ages. The challengers would see who could make the most significant profit within a certain time period. It was just a game. Too bad it evolved into something quite dreadful. Well, enough with the history lessons. Let's follow Ufa during the game so that we can see how well he plays. So find Birdman again. Birdman with bum bag. Yep. He's buying a... What? I mean, I suppose he's got a happy face rather than a grumpy face, but... Big eyebrows? Big eyebrows, a bum bag, a jacket thing, How is that not him? Okay, I just didn't click quite centered enough on him. Now he moves again, and we once again have to find bird with bum bag. There. There. As was to be expected, Ufa lost the game of capitalism and Shoshan is mocking him, as is his right. Usually the challenges included a wager of some kind. I believe we should decipher the stone tablet so that we can learn the rules of capitalism. Universal decryption subroutine loaded. Cat head, cat head, cat head. Picture of me doing this. Bird, sun. So what? We've got to hit Ank, 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 Ank. Knife, eye. Or actually, Ank, 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 knife, Wadget, eye. Do I just have to click that many things in a row? No, they touch each other, so I'm going to fail now because it's not an Ank. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4 Anks next to each other. There are no 4 Anks next to each other. Maybe you can go diagonally. You can't go diagonally. But there aren't 4 Anks next to each other. I need to go Ank, 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 then Ank, this thing, I. And there aren't 4 Anks. Nowhere on the board are there 4 Anks in a row, unless you allow diagonally, which it doesn't. Right? I can't go diagonally. I can't go diagonally. Oh, it's find 3 and then find 3, not find all 6. No, it's find 3 and then 1 and then 3. No, it's find 3 and then 4. So I want... what? Here, 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 here. Yeah, again, it should explain the game the first time that you're playing it. But whatever. The game does a very poor job of introducing puzzles the first time. The stone tablet is crystal clear. The loser will have to give his stall to the winner. Ufa has just lost everything. I must admit, he seems like a nice guy despite his love for goats. He does not deserve such a fate, not in this ruthless age. Even so, he likely never had a chance or the courage to seek revenge on Shoshan. In the true timeline, it often happens that way. We should locate Ufa again to find a way to undo this paradox. Yes, Detective, I sense that you are becoming stressed about finding someone in a city where our suspect can instantly travel between Earth gates. Maybe I can help. Give me some time to install a new subroutine. You have a freemium subscription, so you can speed up the process by watching some ads. No? Okay then. Are you really sure about the ads? They're actually quite funny and targeted just for you. I know what you like. Okay, I get it. Installation complete. We've gained a new mechanic. You should know that some objects called pivots vibrate at a particular frequency depending on the moment in time they're observed. Studying these objects makes it possible to represent a period with a melody. However, by touching these pivotal objects, it's also possible to get an indication of the proximity of distortion in time-space. It's easy. Ice means far, fire means near. Try it. Perfect. As you saw, the element returns fire. How did it return fire? No, I didn't see how it returns fire. Ah, it hires re and then fire. So we're close. But we want dough. No, la but fire. Me but fire. Far but ice, so we want to head this way. Re but ice. La but ice. I'm a bit confused. Dough but ice. How can these all be cold? I suppose because it's this way? Sol but ice. Everything is ice. Far but fire. Nah, no idea. Nothing seems to be making sense in terms of the radar then. So we will just do everything exhaustively. And I think we've literally done everything, haven't we? Well, let's start from the top again. This, 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 this again potentially, this, 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 this. We have now literally clicked on everything. So we have a case where I must be making the wrong assumption about what we meant to do. But, again, the game should actually tell you what you're trying to do. And it very much doesn't. Okay, so did something say do? Me, re, far, so we want that, and then you later. Wait, did you change? No, still me. Me, far, where's do? Sol, far, si, do. So we want do. But it says it's cold. So, do we have to type do, me, far, and then where's la? Do, mi, fa, la, and where's sol? Okay. So, do, mi, fa, la, sol. That's not it either. No, it didn't tell us what we want to do. It explained that this will make hot and cold things. But am I just finding one? Am I having to find all of them in sequence at once? It did not explain that at all well. Right, I've clicked do. I've clicked do a number of times, and yet it says do is wrong. Do is the first letter. Yeah, no, that's just bad again. It's like they've got a good idea, but they're repeatedly executing lots in this game poorly, sadly. Time has moved on. We're meant to find him again. There he is, and he's even got the rage next to him. Detective, can you see it too? That's the entity we called Rage, so it was his intervention that turned Ufa's frustration into a fit of anger strong enough to push him towards vengeance. As I suspected, our foes are attacking the timeline by orchestrating several minor changes. We can't let this happen. We know what Rage's power is, and Ufa is in the throes of an uncontrollable fury because of him. We need to find a tick in time when Ufa is committing a crime so that we can have him arrested. Right? I thought that little multi-note thing was in the same way as the other previous puzzly things, another puzzle that we had to solve. Not just a, here is a hot-cold jackometer Marco Polo system for helping you find the guy the first time when we change time too much. I thought it was some sort of puzzle where we have to press the notes on the map in the same order as they're presented in the little musical score at the bottom of the screen. And that's a reasonable assumption, I would say, because they never explain any of the puzzles. Anyway. We gotta find Ufa again. Then he's angry and buying a goat. There, fantastic work, detective. It seems that our goat owner was a goat thief. Ufa stole the goat from a pet shop and unleashed its hellbound rage upon Shoshan's stall. I know it was fun, but we can't let it happen. The timeline is at risk because we've just seen Ufa steal a goat. We can alert the guard and have him detained for rustling. Rustling. That way, Shoshan's stall, a fortune and fortune will be safe. I'm sorry, detective, but the right thing to do isn't always the easiest one. The brown billy goat. Solved. Now we must return. Oh, now we must return to the mainframe and see if we can collect more data. As usual, great job. Thank you for playing our demo. Leave feedback. Open. No, it's not just like a... It's not just a form that you can fill in. Never buy a goat when angry. It's a decision that requires a clear head. True. Alright. Like, I like the idea, and it's certainly got gorgeous little worlds, but they need to actually explain their puzzles. Alright. What else, if anything, have we got? What else, if anything, have we got to play? We're actually almost out. The last thing that I wanted to check out that was a demo is... Boop. New cycle. Come on, let me change my category game. Oh. And then for here, we want to change what we're capturing. Once it realizes that there's a game. Come on, the game exists. There we go. Now it's happy, but how do we change our category? New cycle, please. Thank you.